Hi, good morning, everyone. So welcome to our today's training. So we give others a bit of some few minutes, maybe 2 minutes before we continue. So we let others join. So while you're joining, ensure you join with your company name. So you can see we have him in supplies office. It's GA. So ensure when you're joining our Zoom meetings, from the first page, it will prompt you to enter your name. So enter your company name and maybe your name for accountability purposes. So just 2 minutes before we can resume. Okay, we can resume. So I'll begin by introducing myself. My name is Shelton. I'm from the technical support department at Dahua, and just one of the engineers at this site here. So for today, we're going to do a logistics solution, and also we're going to do a warehouse solution. So it's a bit different from the mobile solution, although I'd covered this kind of training, I think, like 2 weeks ago, but more of the same. So more of the same, but a bit varying because in terms of application scenarios. So for the solution here applies to fleets and also, so basically all logistics for companies. So it's a kind of solution that you can use to approach to logistics company. So maybe one of the concerns that need to be addressed in terms of creating the solution is what we focused on, maybe in terms of we want to be able to solve such and such issues, are including cases like to reduce them, the accidents happening, or even to do things like no accidents at all, to reduce the theft. So to reduce theft scenario, or maybe if theft occurred or maybe something occurred, you can still do that accountability and you can still do a follow-up on the same to see what exactly happened in terms of maybe after an incident. Apart from that, our solution aims to achieve things like doing timely arrivals, that is timely delivery of products. If you're going to do maybe delivery of products, if you're going to pick something, there's that timely response, because I understand time is very much concerned in terms of some products, especially maybe perishable products or those that need urgent attention. Some other so we have a question. Someone has an issue. Okay, so some other things that need to be addressed include things like driver management. How can you remotely be able to manage your drivers? How can you know your driver behavior? How can you be able to tell your driver is behaving in a well manner, or maybe while on their fleet they're up to professionalism? Some other things that our solutions aim to achieve is things like route management. So the route management comes in terms of you want to be able to tell your driver to take a specified path, and maybe if they took a different path, you get alerts of the same, or maybe there's been malice or something like that. So our solution aims to be able to solve such cases. So I'm not going to talk about this theory. Just go into more the content, the key part. So how do we get to improve process management in terms of time, in terms of route management? So we can check things like whether driver has been replaced, whether there's been changing in route, or maybe there's been delay in delivery of products. So in terms of implementation, we have by design, you'd have maybe this one is a lorry or some certain logistic vehicle. In terms of implementation, you have products like this such kind of camera, the Dsm camera. We get to know what this camera can achieve. We have the ADAS camera. So what's the purpose of this camera in terms of logistics solution? We also have the AI MNVR. So unlike before when we talked about the mobile solution, we talked just general MNVR. We have this AI MNVR, which can be able to do deep learning and deep analysis of, is it a person, or maybe analysis of the environment. So this kind of NVR. We also have the monitoring screen for display. So all these products are mobile. We have the two-way talk. So two-way talk product is a product that is used to do communication. Same way you would do communication, like making call with someone. We also have the smoking detectors. Now we have the alarm part of it, sensors like smoke detectors. We have this kind of camera. So we get to know how they're implemented. We also have door contact. So the same way you would do surveillance in a home scenario, to do security, you would do the same in terms of implementation now on mobile case. So in terms of logistics part of it. So some other parts of the design include this platform. So a platform is a management center that is used to be able to check your products, to be able to do real-time analysis, real-time monitoring of your product, and even management of your devices in the network. So some of the key features supported by the platform include doing things like live views, other features like doing playback, so rewinding videos. We also have event management. We can check the route management, storage, and also the map. And you can see the server that's being used. So this case is for the industrial based on that very large project. Of course, we have a solution for the SMB or the a bit cheaper side case. So from the architecture, you can see, so the implementation basically is using one. So this device supports 3G, 4G, and they're added to the platform using remote side. So in terms of vehicle configuration, now you have the mobile NVR with the vehicle, you have the screen, you have the cameras, so what we have talked about before. And in the terms of monitoring centers, now you can have the server, you can have the storage. So we provide all these products that are being listed here. We provide inclusive of the video wall and the screens. So basically, everything displayed here, we do provide a solution for the same. So this one is, I think, a scaled down version of the topology or maybe the solution. So whereby you have just a mobile NVR or mobile DVR that can do maybe a bit of monitoring. And so this one is a case where you have a low case or maybe small scale side. So the benefits of our solution include things like you can do post-event evidences. So for insurance purposes, for accountability purposes, you can be able to trace and get the files. You can do you can also do security. So we talked about this camera. There's this camera I mentioned about, this ADAS camera. So the ADAS camera is a special kind of camera that can do things like collision warning. You can do things like lane deviation warning. You can do headway monitoring warning, and all this can be able to be monitored remotely. So collision warning means like you're able to monitor. The camera can be able to alarm you or send alarms on your side for in terms of collision warning. So it maintains a certain distance between you and the next vehicle. There's also things like head-away warning. So maybe you're drifting away from the lane that you are at the moment. The camera can be able to identify that special AI feature, and also lane deviation warning. So the other camera, or maybe other key product in the implementation of this mobile NVR, there's this camera called the Dsm camera. So a Dsm camera is also a special AI featured camera that can do things like with deep IVS, it can be able to know if the driver is tired in terms of fatigue, if the driver is closing eyes, so that's sleeping. You can see things like driver is maybe smoking or maybe distracted while making a call. So all these things you can be able to monitor them and get alerts from the monitoring center. So with such case, you can be able to reduce cases of accidents, or maybe to be able to monitor and manage your drivers very well. So we also have face recognition for drivers, so that in case maybe the driver is not supposed to be able to switch between or maybe use someone else with the vehicle. So the face recognition feature can be able to identify the personnel that are not authorized to be able to use that vehicle. So there's other aspect of route management. For critical cases where you have logistics maybe doing high valued products, you don't want them to take routes that are vulnerable, or maybe routes that you feel like security is bad on that side. So we have the route management where you have a predefined route for your vehicles. That is, you tell the vehicles to take this particular route. So in case maybe the vehicle follows a different path, what next? So you can have alarms on the same, that is, from the monitoring center, you can be able to have alarms regarding that same scenario. We also do things like, okay, from the basic NVR, the mobile NVR can do things like speed warning, maybe is the vehicle going slowly, or is the vehicle accelerating rapidly, so other features. So from the connection with the management platform, you do things like 3G, 4G, also have the Wi-Fi and GPS, and also the mobile NVR can create hotspot for internet sharing. So the case where we also let me mention another product. There's this emergency button. So emergency button is more like a panic alarm button. So for those of us maybe who have done alarm systems, and with the panic alarm button, you can do things like from the driver can maybe do emergency cases, or maybe raise emergencies with the monitoring center, and can do things like two-way talk. So for easier maybe deployment, or maybe easier reaction to that kind of event. Okay, so just to mention, so if you're going to join when you're joining the training, kindly join with your company name and your name. So join with your company name and name for good accountability on the side. So apart from that, we have the statistical report. That is fetching data in terms of maybe doing general reports for GPS. You have reports for miles covered. You have the station report, so etc. So good statistical report for products. So we have integration of GPS. So for the same case scenario for logistic or mobile vehicle, we have the integration of GPS and video. So like you have your screen displaying one side displaying the map, while the other side displaying the video. It's like you are monitoring. You have the full monitoring of that vehicle from the monitoring side. So the monitoring center is a very good platform for mobile solutions. So I'm just going to skip over these ones. Maybe just to mention in terms of device performance. So our devices are equipped with the MNVR is special for mobile solution because it can withstand things like vibration, and working temperatures can work between the various working temperatures. So some of the success cases that have been covered, we have the China Post, Kerry Logistics. So I think you can search this kind of logistics in online. So in China Post, you can see we have 5,500, 300 vehicles. So quite some number of vehicles with the technologies like Dsm cameras and ADAS cameras being deployed on such sites. So some of the key products, maybe for just visual purposes. So you can see how our mobile NVR looks like. So you can see the backside, how it appears. And maybe for those of us, maybe who are concerned the power or something like that. So it can take power range DC between 6 to 36. So you can feed it between 6 to 36. And the cameras can also be powered using PoE by the NVR directly. So we have the alarm screen. This is the DSM camera, how it appears, how it looks like. The ADAS camera. So by design, you can be checking how such kind of products look like or appear. So we have the intercom for communication between the remote side and the driver. See, this is the screen. So the products look like these ones. And so for management platform, we can either give you the software version of it or the hardware version of it, depending on the project size and project requirements. Okay, so I think that's all regarding regarding the mobile. So I think I'm going to go into a different topic now. So today's training is about logistics and warehouse solutions. So it's not only limited to logistics as earlier stated. So if you feel you have a question, or maybe you feel like you have a requirement, you can ask. So we've done mobile logistic vehicle solution. We're going also to do other logistic solution, then we do warehousing products. Then you can do warehousing solution and maybe the parcel tracking solution. So quite a variety of solutions that we provide as a company. So we have the other phrases of architecture. Dinka Yehu, can you please expound on your question, because I can't figure it out. So you can expound on the question. Also, you can unmute yourself and you can talk. So it's an interactive session. You can unmute yourself. You can communicate and get to know each other. So he's asking you. You told us about the first face from the camera side, yes? So the implementation of the mobile logistics solution. So if you're going to do maybe things like analysis for the driver, things like, so it's, you need to have the camera side and NVR side for the solution to work. So you cannot just take a camera side. So you need to do a camera and NVR side to be able to work. It's like they work together to be able to achieve that full functionality. But if you want to do only video, you can just have the camera itself. Okay, I think your question is answered. Maybe if you feel like it's not answered, you can just contact me. So we are going to cover a bit, bit part of logistics. So logistic case in terms of now, not the roadside, but in maybe the office. So that's what it means generally when we say logistic DWS solution. So the logistic solution with the DWS. So that is the backend side, maybe the warehouse where you have the products. So I think for such case applies to border side. So in borders or maybe companies that do logistics can have the same. So you can see here we have FedEx or something like that. So some of the challenges that our solution for this backend side of now the logistics aims to achieve is things like ensure there is efficiency in work and avoid that human mistakes. And also, what we aim to achieve more is increase performance for the users and reduce confusion. So that goes in the logistics. So I think for those of us maybe who have interacted with the logistics company, you might have seen the problem in that side. So our solution aims to fix such kind of issues. So I'm not going to talk about the normal flow of parcel. So in terms of normal flow, of course, you have, I'm not going to dive into more, but maybe you have the package being brought, so you have the barcode scanner, you have the dimension, take the weight, that is information, things like green contacts and text, etc. So our solution, we have a solution for the various points. So of course, if you have be able to go to a logistic backend side, you have where there's weight measurement being taken, you have where maybe the stickers are being put on the devices, and so we also provide the various points of solution. So we have the static solution. So that is where you take a measurement. So you get to see how this perform, all this perform. So you have this platform that is being used to take measurements of devices and also do a bit of barcode recording. So we have provide such kind of product. So you see the application, you say you have the parcels being brought and being scanned by this product. So equipped with 3D cameras, it will be able to take the full 3D picture of the camera. And then So for the general solution, we have software involved, and so we have solution, the platform side, that is the software side, and maybe the integration of hardware to do things like barcode reader for products. We have the cameras now to take the full picture of the camera, scales, and maybe do speakers for transmission. So we also provide static barcode scanning. But a static barcode scanning is a kind of scanning system where you don't need to position the barcode of the baggage to a scanner, but automatically to be able to detect from the body. That is, you just place the package there and be able to know the barcode of the device, sort of the package. And for that, this kind of solution, the products that are implemented include things like LED for illumination purposes. We have the computer now to be able to interact with where user interacts with it. We have the lens side, and we have the industrial-based camera. So for those of us maybe who have interacted with our company introduction, we've been talking about this kind of cameras that are implemented for industrial-based. So some of the application include this logistic solution. So that is where we are going to do things like static barcode scanning. We also have the dynamic multi-barcode scanning solution. And so the products for dynamic multi-barcode scanning solution include, of course, the interaction side for the user, that is the computer. Then we have the high-speed barcode readers. So we provide high-speed barcode readers for that side. So for the dynamic DWS solution, so I think some of this kind of products are familiar for those of us maybe who have interacted in, specifically for logistics company. So for the dynamic top scanning solution, we have, of course, the computer side. We have other products like LED. We have the smart cameras to be able to identify the products, and the barcodes. We have the lens side and dynamic 3D cameras to take the overall picture of the vehicle, of this product. And other products include, we have even the 6-sided dynamic WS solution. So for that case, we also have, so you can see we have different products for different applicability in terms of in the backend side of the logistic company. So I think such kind of products are for project-based, and maybe for more information, or maybe a better maybe product configuration, something like that, you need to now get to us. So I think the key thing that I want you guys to be able to know is that we provide such kind of products for logistic solutions. So we do bottom barcode scanning solution. So you can see the application of the bottom barcode reading system. So you can see from this side here. So it's like a complete set that can be able to automatically scan the products. Also provide software for the same, that is the platform for the side. So our logistic backend side can be applied in warehouses. You can do in delivery stations. So you can approach delivery companies for such case. We also have the distribution center. We do such kind of products in distribution. You can see the logo here, the products. So for a typical warehouse center, you can also be implementing that. So you can see how it's applied for a typical warehouse center. So the usage of the products, you can see people be able to place the products on the scale and be able to get that information. So for the inbound, that is the products coming in. For the outbound side, so you can see how those products are get to be applied on the same. So we give you a solution comprehensive to that warehouse. That is from the time the products came in, from the time the products are within their warehouse and when they leave. And with this solution, you can do things like improve of efficiency. You can also get data in a format that you can easily understand and be able to save on time. You can do, it can save also on labor, especially when there's busy time. So also typical application for the distribution center. You can see loading from the loading side to the unloading side. So you have the products coming in, they're being scanned. You can also do parcel tracking for that product. So it's like an entry and exit solution for products for warehouse solution instead of vehicles. So you can do things like we have high performance 3D laser algorithms, and you can create a visual product from existing physical product. So some of the success cases that are being used with our solution is Hyundai Express. So you can see some of the solutions that we have applied on the same to getting our products. So you see we have the static, we have